Jaden, what type of progress do you feel like you made from game 1 to game 82?
Yeah, I feel like the progress I have made is not really normal for just a normal rookie. Just being consistent with my work ethic, going in the gym, listening to the staff, being a sponge to the players, trying to develop my game. Um, Starting in the G League, just when I was down in the G League, just getting the opportunity to work on my game and continue to grow as a player, mature on the court, and then once I got my opportunity up here, just trying to take advantage of it. So I feel like, looking back at my rookie season, it's been a good season, and for me to just continue to grow, continue to stay on that same path and work on my game.
As you was making this transition from the G League to the NBA, who were some of the guys on the team that you leaned on the most?
You talking about from the from
From
this
G League to the NBA.
some of the guys that I leaned on the most. Probably before the trade happened, Spencer and Doe. Those are two guys that I talked to a lot, and they always gave me confidence. And then right about now, I'll probably say Kyrie. Kyrie is one of the guys that I talk to the most. As far as just like when we in the gym, just trying to watch what he does, his daily routines, how he takes care of his body, and just in the off season, gonna get some work in with him. So, yeah.
What was the biggest difference you saw from the G League to the NBA? Is there anything that caught you off guard? Anything that was?
My bad. Can you repeat that again?
You're good. What was the biggest difference you saw from the G League to the NBA? Was there anything that kind of caught you off guard when you got to the league and got a couple games under your belt?
No, it wasn't really nothing that had caught me off guard. I feel like that's just me being a confident player, just going out there and believing in my ability. But I'll probably say just like the pace of the game and how good guys are. So just being able to, when you're on defense, being able to contain and play good defense. So, yeah.
Jaden, how are you different as a man, as a person, as a player from the beginning of the season to right this second?
Yeah.
How are you different? Mentally, physically?
Yeah, mentally, it was a lot of ups and downs for me, just being back and forth. So dealing with that, trying to, staying poised, not really letting it get into me, continue to grow my game. And that's a good thing for my teammates. They help me with that, just seeing the bigger picture, helping me just continue to grow my game. It's a marathon, so just staying with it. And as a man, I feel like, I continue to grow, continue to mature. I see things. I see how these guys handle their daily lives, and how much work they put in, what time guys get to the facility and stuff like that. So, just trying to take that from what they do and trying to add it to my routine. So,
entering the off season, what are some of your early thoughts on areas you'd like to continue to grow in your game?
Going into the off season things, I'm gonna look to work on is for sure getting stronger and faster. I want to be quicker and be able to, get off the ground quicker. So those two areas that I'm for sure going to work on. And for me, just being able to play, giving my all on both sides of the ball and continue to develop my decision making.
Jaden, there's a fearlessness to your game, whether you're driving into a couple of players or you're taking a step back three or playing with Luka and Kyrie even, you're taking shots. And where does that fearlessness come from?
Just from me playing against pros my whole life, always been on the court with them and just watching them, and I'm very confident in my abilities, so I know the work that I put in, so I'm not going to be scared when I'm head up against anybody, so.
Jaden, I know off the court you got a chance to get involved with some of the Mavs community events. How has it been, being embraced and meeting the Mavs fans?
Yeah, it's been great, to be involved with that, interact with the fans, kids, and, with the camp that I was there for when they did the camp here. It was a good opportunity for me to, work with the kids and, work out with them, show them what I do, give them a couple tips, pointers, and just give them some confidence. So.
Jaden, do you have any specific stories about how Kyrie has helped you, and what would be your pitch to him about staying?
My pitch to things that Kyrie has helped me with since he's been here, just helping me slowing when he sees me out there, he tells me things, gives me tips. But just slowing down, seeing the game, understanding the pace. And I feel like, I got a bag of moves, so I feel like not really anybody can steer in front of me. And he tells me that all the time, so just continue to go, take the tips from him, and just continue to learn. So, he's always in my ear trying to give me out tips, information, so I appreciate that from him too.
Jaden, there's normally you players will play in some of these summer runs. Is there anything that you might be we could catch you at this summer?
right now I don't have anything planned as far as like runs and stuff, but I'm for sure gonna be like in them. Like once I find out like what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be playing in some runs and stuff like that too.
The plan is for you to play summer league as well, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do you think you'll watch the playoffs or will it be tough to watch?
Say that one more time.
Do you think you'll watch most of the playoffs or will it be tough to watch?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I mean, obviously everybody here had intentions on wanting to make the playoffs, but you know that didn't happen. But we're gonna continue to work. We're gonna continue to grow and build. And next season, that's where we see ourselves.
You think you'll watch it on TV though?
Yeah, I like basketball, so yeah.